Hello, sweeties. Look, now remember last week I said I was going to answer some questions. So every couple of weeks or so I'll answer 10 questions. You must send me your date of birth. If you've got it, your time, birth and place of birth. But if you haven't, no worries. And please give me the whole birthday. Don't say 15th of September. Say 15th of September, 1993. I want the whole thing. Now, this is the fabulous Llewellyn, who, as you can see, is extremely gorgeous, and who also is my cameraman, Llewellyn Cordier, if you want to look him up in his fabulous pages. And I've taught him to read as well, which is fantastic. So he's going to help me by reading out the questions, and then, I can look up the answers.
Linda, you also promised it wouldn't just be writing, there'd be pictures.
You see, I thought large print would be okay. Okay,
We'll give it a bash.
See what you can do, sweetheart.
All right, so here we go. Question 1. Madge says, I've divorced him and asked him to leave, but he won't. He sleeps in my bed at night and visits his girlfriend in the day.
What?
I pay all the bills. I pay all the bills. Okay. Madge, 30th of December, 1977 is a Capricorn. And him, the 26th of June, 1974 is a Cancer.
And Madge is a moron.
with all due respect.
If you like. I mean, Madge, what do you think? Listen. This guy, beneath all this bravado and I'm not leaving and all of the shit, is the heart of a coward. You don't have to put up with this garbage. Call the cops and have him thrown out. And if that doesn't work, sell the house and leave town. He'll stay as long as you let him. Why would he go? He's getting everything he wants and you're taking it. Enough of that shit. Move on.
Enough. That's it for Madge, huh?
That's it for me.
All right, Madge.
Okay.
Right, then George asks, I'm out of work with no prospects, loss of confidence, and no idea what to do next. Any ideas? He's born on the 28th, 1970, and he is a Virgo.
Okay. Right, George. The problem with men, and I find this very interesting, is that they don't ever want to go down the ladder. I mean, a woman who's got to look after her children will go and scrub toilets if she has to buy food for the kids. But men, once they were the MD, then they're always the MD, and they're not going to be the handyman.
I can still hear you. I'm a man, and I think there's a huge generalization that you're making there. I'll be back in my corner. All right.
It's a fact. Now, George. You look at all you. He's very.
I'm sorry.
He's very.
It is a fact. You're right. It is a fact. You're right.
He's got loads of talents. This chap here. You just ask him. So now you, George, are very good with your hands and with money. So start a small business, become a handyman, something like that, and invest your earnings. Learn about investing. You'll be fine. Anyway, when you get to our sort of ancient age, no one's interested in employing us, even if we are MDs. So we have to figure it out ourselves. So you'll do that, babe.
George, you got that?
Yeah.
Just for reference, none of anybody in this room is ancient. There's young puppies in here. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, George, you got that?
Quite so.
All right. Jenny asks, my 15-year-old son is a downward spiral. Is it peer pressure or something more sinister? And can he be saved? Oh. He was born on the 11th of October, 2006. He's a Libra.
Shamey, God, I feel so sorry for the kids these days. They're having such a shit time. It's horrible. I mean, aside from anything else, they've got to learn to adapt with masks. And anyway, don't get me started on that. Problem is, with this little lammy, is that there's far too much pressure on him to succeed. Everyone's laying their dreams on him and saying things like, of course, when I was your age, I used to eat gravel for dinner. And, you've got this fabulous turkey sandwich or whatever it is.
Can I interject there? Yeah. Okay. I 100% agree with you. I think the challenges that the youth has today it supersedes anything that we had to deal with.
Absolutely.
The things you just mentioned, one of the things, I mean, you can't go anywhere without wearing a mask now.
It is.
So I do think the pressures are so much. Okay, sorry. I didn't
horrible. No, quite right. Okay, he's also got huge father issues, this guy, and he feels you don't protect him enough, Jenny. You just have to try and see the good side of him. Try and see what he is doing right. And he has a wonderful mind, which, he occasionally is a bit slack about putting to use. He has a beautiful soul. He needs some kind of therapy to bring himself out. He's, retreating into a dark place. So sure, he can be saved. I understand. Teenagers are vile. They're just vile.
Yeah.
But you're going to have to do the best. You're going to have to be the grown-up.
No, I like that. Because there are ways in Ghana, especially being a Libran. I mean, as I know, I have a daughter Libran. The balance is
off.
Yeah.
And if the balance is off,
I think the best thing is just to be there.
Yeah, no, you're right. Being there is huge.
All right, Lila.
Can be very needy, I have to agree, Librans. But be there, yeah. Where were we?
We were with Lorato. Lorato asks, my boyfriend promises a lot but accomplishes nothing. Surprise, surprise. It seems to be a trend. He complains constantly and is very stingy. There's more. Will he ever marry me? Me, I'm 30, March 19... It's an Aries. This is an Aries woman. She's a good woman. She's a very good woman. She's March 1922, and he is the 1st of June 1990, is Gemini.
I trust you meant 1992 as opposed to 1922.
No, I meant 1990. I told you I needed pictures. So I'll go. She is March 1992 and he is 1st of June 1990. All right.
Got it. Well done. Very good. Very good. Now, Lorato, you actually want to marry this fabulous guy. Why? I'm just asking, why? The fact is, this man of yours lives in his head. He's always dreaming about, life being better and whatever, but he's got no plan of actually getting off his ass. So he won't change. So if you really want him, wait until next year, in which case you will have better energies and you'll be able to supply more of what's needed. But basically, you're going to have to be the one to run this relationship. I don't care how long it takes. You will be in charge. You will be making the money and he will be dreaming of a better life and complaining and being stingy. I hope he's at least good in bed. Jeez. We hope.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't accomplish much and he's stingy.
Yeah. He better be a great lay. Moving on.
Okay. Well, you can always go get the book and horoscope hotties.
Yes,
and you can see whether he is a good lay.
Or could be worked on.
It could be worked on.
Improve.
Yes. All right.
Horoscope Hotties.
Horoscope Hotties.
It's a good book.
Did you get the punt? Horoscope Hotties.
Thank you.
All right. Moira asks, my husband is having an affair.
Well, fair enough.
Do it go on from there? My husband is having an affair and not sure he wants me anymore. We have a new baby and 2 other children. Will our marriage last? Me, 8th of July, 1989, Cancer. Him, 9th of July, 1986, also a Cancer. You go. You go. I have my answers. I don't need a book. I don't need astrology. But you go.
Yeah, well, the thing is about being married and having 100 children and all of this is that the responsibilities are sometimes just overwhelming. Not that that's an excuse, but with a lot of guys, their response is to, bugger off and start drinking or bugger off with the secretary and drive off in the Porsche or whatever it is they want to do. They want to escape the responsibilities. It's not you he doesn't love. It's the whole pressure of what life has become. And it's heavy. He's Cancer and he wants to take care of his family and he probably is battling to do that. And he doesn't want to tell you that either because, men are tough and they don't ever have emotional problems, as we know, and they just sail through everything. So he's looking for a way to escape. So if you pressure him, he will bugger off. So if you truly care, you're going to have to use some strategy. You're going to have to talk to him. You're going to have to get some help, get some advice from, whatever, therapists or something. Get yourself stronger because he's not going to do it for you. He's going to need to be dragged there kicking and screaming if you want to keep him. Look, when you've got kids, I get it. But you can't do this on your own, sweetie. You're going to need help.
I think that is a tricky one.
Yeah.
I must say it is a tricky one, especially when there's kids involved.
Kids.
It's not as simple as, okay, he's had an affair, I'm moving on. There's so much more to think about. And I think you're right. Women really, really have to be a lot stronger because the guy just feels like he can.
He can't take care of his family, so therefore he's a failure, so he's buggering off.
Okay.
Cute.
All right, Moira, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Timber, I think about sex all the time.
Fair enough.
And am I allowed to read this?
Yeah, read it.
And I have wet dreams every night. I'm afraid there is something wrong with me.
Not at all. Not at all.
I don't know. I don't think there's anything wrong with you, Timber. But, okay, so Timber, 17th of July, 1991, he has a cancer.
Mm-hmm. He's a very emotional cancer, isn't he?
It seems that way.
Okay. Timber, you gorgeous beast. Now listen here. I've checked your chart and everything, and your sexual energy is very, very powerful. Almost, it's like the whole chart basically is sexual energy. So you have to learn to divert it and work with it. You can't suppress it, or you're going to turn into one of those raving loonies, which we don't want. So I suggest a visit to an adult sex shop where you get an assortment of toys and, alternative forms of expression. Not that I would know anything about that, obviously, me. Sex therapy, if you feel able to deal with that. Don't neglect this, though, or you're going to turn into a nutcase. Just, treat yourself as if you have not an illness. It's not an illness.
It's almost a superpower.
It's a superpower.
It's a superpower.
It's a superpower.
Come on. There's nothing wrong with that. A healthy libido. There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
I mean, I'm sure we got a lot of questions, probably not yet, but how many women complain that their husband or man doesn't have a healthy Timber doesn't have that problem.
Yeah. In fact, come to think of it, now that he's pointed that out, send me your address and I will pass it around.
Do you see how we just take in the world one question at a time? All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for the question, Timber.
Thank you.
Beauty. I grew up lonely. I finally made a friend at work, and now I'm being transferred. Shall I refuse to go?
Sure.
Me, I'm the 14th of November, 1976, in a Scorpio. Her, the 16th of January, 1976, Capricorn.
Are we figuring out here that she's actually in love with this girl and that she's pretending she's not lesbian? Never mind. Actually, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The point is, I've checked out both of you. This girl is loyal enough to be your friend no matter where you live. So I wouldn't worry about, and you don't want to be putting your life on hold for everybody that, it just says hello to you and is nice. No. The point is, she has shown you that you have what it takes to make a friend. So you know how to make a friend, you see? So stop saying that you can't make friends. So when you get to a new place, join a group, or there are plenty of them around, and what do? Acting, singing, dancing, public speaking, any old thing where you can go and talk to people who are looking for other people to talk to. And don't do that I'm too shy horse shit. We're all too shy. And if we're all going to be doing the I'm too shy thing, we're all going to be sitting in our rabbit hole by ourselves for the rest of our days. And we don't want to do that. Do we? No, we do not. And besides, there's a tigress inside you that's just waiting to be let out to play. So, keep friends with your friend, but move on, babe. Move.
Yeah, I think that is a tricky one, especially, but you mentioned the most important thing, that she hasn't been able to make friends. She's made one now. So it's not impossible.
No, it's not impossible.
Plus now with the social media, you got the Instagram, you got the book of the face, you've got the Twitter, you've got everything. And you can speak to someone just with a click of a button, having a video chat. So that shouldn't be any reason, just besides all the facts that you go with the stars. But, technology-wise, shouldn't be a reason not to go forward with your career.
There's always someone out there to play with.
So there's hope for me. Okay. All right.
You're going to start a fan club for Superman. Because he's feeling lonely and in need of adoring woman.
I'm lonely sometimes. On the days ending in Y. Okay.
I'm going to throw.
Did you work that one out? All right.
Move on.
All right.
Yes.
So listen, Patricia, I love my husband, but he drinks and becomes abusive. Don't like that.
Nice.
Don't like that.
Nice.
What shall I do? Me, 16th of April, 1986. I'm an Aries. Him, 5th of March, 1980. He is a Pisces.
Sure. I don't know many Aries who put up with that kind of crap. But, they're normally the ones who come out swinging. Am I right?
Yeah.
No idea.
No, you're 100% right. Wait, shoot more, shoot later. When everybody's dead, ask a couple of questions.
Yeah. However, she's trying to hang on to her husband. Now, the thing to notice about this is that your husband is a Pisces. Pisces every single Pisces person will look for some form of escapism. Pisceans almost feel like aliens on this planet. They feel like they don't belong here, like they got off on the wrong bus or something. And so they all look for some form of escape. So a lot of Pisceans will be drinkers or drug addicts, or they'll sit there staring at television all day. They're addicted to TV, or else they become workaholic. They will find a way to escape, or else they become victims. You know, they do that kind of, I can't cope. And then they're going to do codependent relationships. And this sounds like a codependent relationship to me, I'm just saying. However, your guy is particularly reluctant to change. All his planets are stuck, in fixed place. We don't want to change. So you work on yourself until you're ready to make better decisions. I mean, you're an Aries. Start fighting, girl. You obviously know this can't go on. Unless it can. You've hung in there long enough. You decide how much more you can take. But basically, this is about you. He's not making any changes. He's fine. So you decide, are you going to leave? Are you going to stay? Are you going to drag him off to therapy? Or are you going to call the cops? It's up to you, babe. Good luck. Good luck.
Well, look, I'm just going to say, as an Aries, you fight. Like, straight up, you fight. And that's what you do. That's what we're born to do. And that's what we'll die doing. Yeah. So
I agree.
You got to fight.
You got to fight. You're an Aries. No, quite agree.
End of story.
Aries.
All right. So now.
That's that. We've done 10 questions. Now I want you to send in your questions.
No. We haven't. We've only done 8.
Have we?
Yeah.
Oh, goody. Okay. Number 9.
And I'm the one that can't read. Hang on a second. Hang on a second there, love.
Sorry, darling. Quiet one.
Are we on the same page?
Yeah. Number 9.
How about the same library? Are we in the same library? All right.
Universe, same in all.
Here we go. Listen, Precious says, my fiancé left, telling me he'd met someone else. Now everyone says he'll be back. Will he?
Shame. I'm not laughing. That's not nice.
It's not nice, but he left. Now they're saying he'll be back. If he left, okay.
Okay.
Will he? Should I take him back? It's not for me to say. Should I take him back?
Yeah.
Okay. So me, 22nd of April, 1992, Taurus. Him, 21st of January, 1980.
And
which makes him January. That makes him Aquarius, right?
Aquarius, yeah. Aquarius. So, okay. The thing is, sweetheart, it's just your pride that wants the chance to dump him. You just don't like being the dumpee, especially since you're a Taurus, because you get very fixed and stubborn about the way you see things. The thing is that every relationship has its own time span. And it's supposed to last as long as it's supposed to last. And we bring in a certain number of relationships with us when we come into this world, into this incarnation, if you believe in past lives, which I do, but you may not. But anyway, no relationship is supposed to last forever. Some of them last, until one of you dies. Most of them don't. So this relationship was about teaching you to become more independent, to not be so needy, and to understand that you can cope with or without a man. But if you're honest, you don't really want him back. So in fact, in another 2 years, you'll wonder what you ever saw in him, frankly, because he's not your guy. I mean, he couldn't be less your guy.
He told you met someone else.
And he told you he met somebody else. But just in terms of planetary combinations, shocking, bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, bad. Hopeless.
What's it? Aquarius and Taurus. Not a good mix, like water and oil.
I mean, Taurians are old-fashioned and solid, and they want a nice little neat 2.2 children home with a picket fence. And Aquarians are off the wall, living on another planet entirely. No, wrong.
There you have it. All right, now, Linda, we are on to the last question.
Right.
All right, now, it's Lindiwe. He says, in a loveless marriage, but he's been there for 14 years.
Says he's in a loveless marriage.
He's in a loveless marriage, but he has been there for 14 years. So for 14 years, he's been in a loveless marriage.
Okay.
And he's having an affair with me for 4.
For the last 4 years. He's been in a loveless marriage for 14 years, and he's also having an affair with her for the last 4 years.
Okay. Shall I stick around while he makes up his mind? Okay, can you please I don't understand the question right now. Can you help me decipher the question?
Okay.
Wait, hang on. Okay, so Lindiwe said, okay, wait, hang on. Look, It's above my pay grade, a lot of this stuff, okay? So, Lundiwe says he's in a loveless marriage.
Yeah.
He being the husband.
He being the lover.
The lover.
Because he's still married.
Oh, okay, so he's in a loveless marriage and he's been having an affair with her for 4
years.
4 years.
Yeah.
Shall I stick around while he makes up his mind?
What do you think? Well,
I just want to say thank you for the math problem question that I had to decipher before I read it to you. Okay, so me, Lindiwe, is the 16th of February, 1990.
So that's Aquarius.
Okay, and he is the 12th of August, 1984.
That's Leo.
That's Leo.
Theoretically a good match. However, the thing is, darling, as long as you stick around with him and keep playing with him while he goes home to this allegedly loveless marriage, where he's still there, he's either a masochist or else he's a bullshitter, one or the other. But as long as you stick around with him, he has no need to make a decision. And if you stay, it will take another 2 years to discover that he wasn't the one for you anyway. That's for you. Or it could be, that you like the freedom of being involved with a married man. You're a commitment phobe after all. You're not the kind of person who wants to be tied down and have happy little rings and things on your finger. So keep it going with the knowledge that this is an affair that lasts forever, or leave. He's got no reason to leave. He's got no reason to make up his mind. He's doing fine. And don't you dare go and tell his wife, because that's such a crappy thing to do when you're having an affair with somebody. It's a mean, horrible thing to do, and it creates huge karma for you. You don't want to do that. So you decide what is best for you and your fabulous love life henceforth. He is not making any moves on his own because he doesn't need to. Right. Is that all of them now?
That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10.
Very good.
That's 10 questions.
He's a clever boy. He's a clever boy. Once, you just get him sitting down and looking forward.
It took me a while, but I found the chair.
He can do this. So, thank you very much for listening. It was fun. We will be back soon, Llewellyn and I, with some more questions. Send us your questions, and don't say, what is my future? Because your future is death. What do you think?
Yeah. Don't do those questions like, tell me something. Yeah. No, be specific about what you want to know. You want to know about your love life? Ask, hey, there's something happening in my love life. You want to know about your wealth? Let us know. Next week, Tuesday, am I getting some money? Be specific about your questions, okay? There must be something in your life that you really want to know about.
Yeah.
And then the date of birth is very important.
Tis indeed.
Please.
Date of birth, yes.
All right.
Yes. See you soon. Bye,
right.
sweeties. Love you madly.